Hello and welcome to the Alliance News Network, Earth Standard Year 2291. The Krogan's attempted annexation of the Turian hierarchy has failed, and Cerberus has pulled out its support amidst an Alliance strike on Cerberus bases. The Krogan have agreed to pay reparations for their actions, and a permanent council presence will now watch over the contested zone. In gratitude for the intervention, the Turians have officially joined the Citadel Council, being granted a seat alongside humanity, Asari, Stellarians, and Elcor. The Volus have also joined the council as a subsidiary of the Turians, but have not been granted their own seat. Their embassy will remain open on the Citadel alongside that of the Ralloy. The Batarians have also signed a treaty to join the council, one that should be ratified shortly. As the council fastens its hold on the southern Milky Way, the other species of the galaxy are sure to take an increased notice. A&M, signing off. Guys, Tom from Project D here, and welcome back to Stellaris Reaper's Dawn. It's been a few weeks since I had a chance to record this, because real life, work, likes. So, yeah, you've been dealing with a bunch of World of Myth videos coming out, but now I am back and ready to continue our galactic conquest. I mean, bringing peace and security to our new empire. I mean, you get the point. Last time we fought a war against Cerberus and the Krogan once again, where the Krogan got split in two and we managed to gain a bunch of Cerberus territory, stifle them all the more, which is very good. We actually had Kronos stationed for a short while. And on top of that, the Turians, the Volus, and the Batarians have all joined the Citadel Council, which gives us quite a sizable bit of territory. Everything in the southern reaches of the galaxy is practically ours, and we even started to colonize into the Attican Traverse and all this unclaimed space around the Geth Consensus, so things are going quite well for us right now. Though we are currently bordering the Collectors, so that is something to keep an eye on. Saying that, they're not particularly a massive threat military-wise, but still, that could change in a heartbeat, so we'll keep an eye on them nevertheless. Aside from that, we don't really have any massive threats against us right now. I mean, the Geth are over here just kind of chilling, so they're not too much of a problem. The biggest threat on the horizon within this episode is the fact that we're going to reach the year 2300, which is the start of the mid-game, which means, if I can remember exactly where they're hanging out, it was one of these. I don't remember exactly where. That's most irritating. Well, I know somewhere around here, though they're not clearly marked in this mod pack, are the Marauders, the Blood Pack, the Blue Sun, and the Eclipse. Around here somewhere are kind of chilling out, not doing much. However, mid-game crisis is coming upon us, so one of these factions is going to be waking up some point in the future, which will mean a fair bit of problems for us. Also, Orphan Gate. Hello? What is this over here in the Ralloy? An Orphan Gate, which is can only be activated on the other side. A rogue mass relay. Interesting. No idea what that's about. I'm just trying to look for these Marauders. I can't remember exactly where they are. I probably have to check the footage, because I know we've seen them before. At least one of the factions. But yeah, they're around here somewhere, and they're going to be waking up some point in the near future. So we really need to get a shift on with our fleets to get them to at least 10, 20k, somewhere in there. Because the Alliance fleet is currently rebuilding from its war against the Krogan and Cerberus. We're getting there with it. We are researching more weapons, stuff like speed, evasion, with flux propulsion. Things like that. So that is going to be our main goal, increasing the Alliance fleet as much as possible. We have the naval capacity for it. And also maybe upgrading some of these stations to be star holds rather than star ports. When the Khan arises, we need to be ready. And ready we will be. And we are now going to form a galactic council. So the Citadel Council's influence will be particularly increased because the top people right now are us in first place, second place the Asari, third place is the Hanar. So 2 of the 3 members of the galactic community is going to be part of the Citadel Council, so get in there right now. Seems war has ended between the Vorcha and the Hanar. The Asari got corporate interests and have gained a system, but the Vorcha also gained a few systems, so bit of a bad trade for the Asari, frankly. And it seems we have ourselves a tradition available right now as well. We were beginning to head down the supremacy path, so build cost reduced by 10%. That's definitely tempting since we want to get more ships out. Upkeep reduced, naval capacity increased. Let's get build cost and build speed up. That seems like the wisest course of action for the time being. Special project completed. Our investigation into the aura-like cloud at Earth raised more questions than answers. Distinct tendrils of cloud form whenever we beam communications to our allies' research teams, but only then. Each vivid purple appendage of the cloud moves slowly and purposely to paint at various features on the exterior of the starbase, as though appraising it. On our own, we are unable to discern any further meaning from these behaviors, but the Citadel Council expects to have more answers once every member's results are collected. Early theories proposed suggest that these dimension-spanning entities somehow harmonize with our hyperspace communications bands. This accidental lure could be kept in place in order to further exploit the entity for study, or we could switch frequencies in the hope of dispersing it. Let's set it free for now. Let's not mess with some ethereal space entities around our homeworld. And I forgot about this. We were establishing a colony on Beskel Prime. Over here. Right on the edge of our space. It was a ocean world. I can't remember who. I think we were sending some Hanar over here, weren't we? Something like that. Have to keep an eye on it. We had traced the unusual electromagnetic radiation emanating from BX799 Singularity 1 to a secret subterranean bunker hiding a megacomputer the size of a battleship. Our researchers suspect that it may have been there for several thousands of years, hard at work solving a single very complex problem, the nature of which still eludes us. When the crew attempted to interact with the computer, they discovered that the facility, which had appeared both abandoned and unguarded, was in fact operated by a security AI, the highest purpose of which seems to be trying to fry its visitors alive. As the crew defeated the AI, it broadcasted a message to an unknown recipient. So I can boost our own research. 200 influence. Ooh. Let it continue its mysterious calculations. Let's see where it goes with this. We've gained ourselves some advanced railguns, so corvette holes, that's tempting. District housing is also very tempting because we have a problem with that on Earth right now. That's up there. Yeah, let's go with that. That won't take too long either. And it's definitely time to upgrade all of our ships with both armor and our new railguns. Well, this is concerning. Why have the guests suddenly sent a rather sizable incursion into Asari space?
Construction complete.
I have to keep an eye on that, I think. Glancing hit. While approaching NUS 5, the SSV Osaka suddenly received a glancing hit from several passing mass driver rounds. The projectiles were billions of years old, and based on their trajectory, they appear to be stray rounds fired from a neighboring galaxy. After missing their intended target, they continued on their journey for untold millennia until today. The rounds we have recovered are of an advanced design despite their incredible age. That's a Mass Effect reference in a Mass Effect playthrough. That is why you don't eyeball it. The Galactic Council is being formed officially. The Everything should be on light. Yep, Systems Alliance is in the lead. We've got 2200, followed by the Asari, followed by the Volus. The Volus have overtaken the Hanar. Which means every single member is potentially... going to be... Well, the Citadel Council certainly has its influence, Formation of the Galactic Council. The members of the Galactic community have voted to establish a Galactic Council. Membership in this august body will be limited to representatives from the three most powerful and influential empires in the community. Until a new council is elected, these are the Vol Protectorate, the Asari Republics, and the Systems Alliance. The members of the council are expected to lead and safeguard the galactic community. Their increased powers allow them to cut through some red tape that so often inhibits the decision-making process in large political institutions. And we can finally get things done. All the better. And seems we have ourselves another tradition. So, ship upkeep reduced, capacity increased, or fire rate. Let's go with upkeep and capacity for the time being. We don't necessarily need to shoot things just yet, we just need to build them. Grey goo. After detailed analysis, Officer Anya Deshmukh has discovered that the strange metallic substance coating the surface of MF3B in fact comprises of billions upon billions of nanites. These nanites are microscopic, self-replicating micro-machines, perhaps created by a past civilization of an unknown purpose. The volume and density of this nanite sludge is remarkable, adding billions of tons of mass to the underlying planet. It would appear these tiny self-replicators entered a state of runaway reproduction at some point in the past, engulfing the planet and everything on it. In studying the nanites, the crew has made some exciting new findings that will undoubtedly aid us in our own research. So assembly patterns and L-gate insight +1. Planetary build speed. Fair enough. Well this is an interesting thing. Society research crawler physiology. The crawler creature we picked up on an asteroid has an unusual physiology, but it should still be possible to conduct non-invasive studies without harming the creature to find out what makes it so unique. And we can potentially restore the crawler population. Sure, let's go with that. Who even has the crawler nowadays? Let's have a look at our leaders and scientists. I'm pretty sure it's a scientist. Who has the crawler here? Ah, there it is. So, pet crawler. One of our general has the crawler with the Alliance Marines. Interesting. Missile silo. At the bottom of the mine, our science team found an enormous rocket outfitted with the biggest thermonuclear warhead ever recorded. Fura Orenlola, however, suggests that it is not in fact a weapon, but a novelty project of some kind, since its mass, material composition and structure means it's impossible for it to fly, let alone achieve escape velocity without falling apart. Some of the design choices are still very interesting, however. Just found a massive nuclear bomb. Interesting. Space Mausoleum. As our science team found its way inside, they discovered something unexpected. Dead aliens. Over 100 bodies line the walls of the asteroids, dressed in ornamental clothing and accompanied by a variety of apparently everyday objects, preserved in the vacuum of space. Our analysis suggests that they all died over 300,000 years ago. This structure is a unique source of knowledge about the otherwise unknown alien species, their ways of life, and their physiology. And it seems Omega has declared war on the Collectors. So, definitely power's pathetic compared to mine. So's theirs, so it could go either way, I guess, though the Crime Syndicate has a whole lot more in the way of worlds. They only have this planet over here, and then the Collector base. They have a whole lot of worlds, meanwhile. Just have to watch what the outcome of this particular war is going to be.
Construction complete.
Reports on our colony on Vesicle Prime claims there's been an increase in feral behaviour. Apparently parts of the population have expressed hitherto unprecedented levels of lust and aggression. No one knows why. Happiness -10, crime up. A loud minority. Well, that is strange. Something to keep an eye on. Violence on the rise. The feral behaviour of Vesicle Prime shows no sign of stopping anytime soon. In fact, it has risen since the last report. Most cases of violent acts happen all the time, and a large part of the population seems to be affected. Where are my Alliance Marines right now? I'm just gonna start shipping them over to Beskal Prime, just in case, because things are getting a little, you know, strange right now. Enter orbit of Beskal Prime, if you so please. Just want to keep an eye on this situation if things go from bad to worse quite fast. And ho, as right as the Alliance forces leave, alien entity identified. A tubular alien entity has entered orbit of the Citadel with no warning or explanation. It appears to be moving without engines or thrusters, gliding in complete silence through the void of space. Cylinders rotating ominously. Though it has yet to display any signs of aggression, it refuses to acknowledge our hails, and military advisors warn that it may pose a considerable threat to the inhabitants below, and implore us to engage neutralization protocols. Our scientists, however, plead that we instead learn from this remarkable piece of technology.
Log updated.
Alright, so what would I need for this now that the enigmatic probe has started? I start researching that, 15 months. It is scanning the Citadel. Well, we have the Citadel Defense Fleet and the station, so we can handle any problems, but it is the enigmatic probe, so it shouldn't provide any issues as we go. The situation on Beskal Prime has spiraled out of control. A staggering number of inhabitants are now infected with whatever is causing this feral deluge, and the colony has started to break down because of it. Something needs to be done. Alright. So, research, 5 months. The Alliance Marines are on their way. They're only one system out. They're about to jump in system in case we need to have a major intervention. We are jumping. Alright, our Marines are in system. They are approaching Beskal Prime. Devastation is quite large. Meanwhile, following the recent passing of a respected science officer, the recovery of various notes and documents from the late scientist lab paint a curious picture. Seems in their twilight years they developed an obsession with a creature named the elusive Carcosa. It is difficult to decipher what exactly was so unique about this animal, but the late scientist seems to have regarded its acquisition as top priority. According to these notes, the creature was lost on Eden Prime, and with use of research special senses, finding it should be trivial.
Log updated.
We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get a science ship. Alright, we're in orbit of Beskal.
Construction complete.
2 months to finish. Meanwhile, recycling campaign is
Construction
concluded.
complete.
Fix that. Also, our Empire Sprawl has suddenly massively decreased. I think someone has left a bureaucratic job. We'll see that in a minute. 29%. It's all gone quite wrong. Yeah, so we have 2 Hanar garrisons there. We have our reinforcements ready to jump in if necessary.
Special project complete.
The investigation of the strange and wild behavior currently besetting Beskal Prime has been completed. In the vast network of cave tunnels that permeates the planet's crust, an enigmatic fungus has been found. It grows all over the caves, floors, walls, ceiling, and stretches out for thousands of miles. The fungus frequently releases spores that are vented through the caves for whatever purpose cannot be established, but we know for certain that it causes primitive behavior in our species, releasing primal urges within. We can try to get useful application of the pheromone, or we can exterminate the fungus altogether. Let's exterminate it. We aren't Cerberus. We're the Alliance. We do exterminate shit like this. We don't mess with it and destroy our own planets in the process. Let's get on with that. I'll keep them in orbit for the time being. Now, Empire Sprawl. Why are you being so awkward? Our bureaucratic centers. Let's have a look at them. Farmer. Someone's moved from a job somewhere. They have to have done.
Survey complete.
Well, the quickest way might just be to build another bureaucratic center here for the time being. Ah, there's the culprit. Mars. 2 bureaucratic jobs have vacated. That's irritating. Despite extensive research, the enigmatic cache and its origins are still shrouded in mystery. Though it's definitely not organic in nature, it is not entirely machine either. It appears to be preoccupied mainly with the gathering and storing of data. Its surface is covered in hundreds of thousands of minuscule scratches and dents, which we have discovered traces of compounds as aliens to our galaxy. Okay, insight. We have discovered that the alien compound found in the enigmatic cache is made up of the powdered fragments of microscopic robot entities, nanites. Some of the scratches on the hull even have tiny mechanical claws stuck in them, and in one we discovered an active but damaged nanite leaching its energy from the cache. From what remained of the nanite's hard drive, we have extracted data that could be pivotal in understanding the L-Gate cluster gateway network. Neat. Cleansing flames. The project to incinerate all cave mushrooms have now been completed, and the primal urge-inducing fungus has been exterminated. As luck would have it, several of the burned-out caves turn out to have rich mineral veins that can now be exploited further. So that gives us a new few jobs. And more importantly, the planet can start to rebuild itself. And a couple of things have suddenly popped up. First, living metal lakes. Investigation of the caverns below the surface revealed them to be filled with metal liquid. Just more nanite stuff. Living metal, yes, okay. More importantly, the Asari Republics are trying to declare war against the Collectors. And everyone's voting for it. How are things going with... Orders don't really seem to have changed, but... Sure, we are now at war with the Collectors.
Station under attack.
Oh, also, there's the Blue Suns. I've been unable to find them all bloody episode, and there they are, right here. Huh. Well, they were right there the entire time, and here I was struggling to find them. I am a fool. Either way, moving on from looking at the potential Khan in the middle of our bloody territory, we are now at war with the Collectors. What, when, where, why? So the Collectors don't seem to have any troops directly here. They're pathetic in every way to us. Who shall we send in? The first Alliance fleet is still getting upgraded, so the second Alliance fleet is probably the best one for the job. Where is the nearest mass relay that's active and in friendly territory? That would probably be this one. Alright. Head up to this system here. And we will begin encroaching on Collector territory. Which is bound to give us some as well, because it's an end threat. It's a total war. So in go our forces. And right off the bat, we have an enemy fleet having entered our territory. Alright, then we'll redivert the fleet to go after this one. Hopefully the station can hold off for now. Otherwise, we'll go in ourselves. The elusive Carcosa. Our investigation on Eden Prime did not yield any results. However, there have been some odd reports from Beskal Prime. Several colonists claim to have spawned the mysterious creature that they say matches our summary of the notes on the elusive Carcosa. But when we compare the reports to these notes, none of them seem to match either appearance or behavior. Though Beskal Prime's scientific director swears that he double-checked each sighting himself, the only possible conclusion is severe oversight by all personnel involved. How odd. Alright, we are about at the time where we should be ending the episode, but I'm going to keep it going a little bit longer because they managed to take that system and they are going in for another one, and I'm not about to let that happen. Before I end, I want to retake that system and destroy that fleet. We are almost there. We are also starting to build up a new Alliance fleet as well. So we need to quickly hire someone new. Let's get this Solarian involved, sure. But now the second Alliance fleet is about to jump in. Alright, here we are. They are attacking our starbase, but reinforcements have arrived. Oh, they jumped. They instantly jumped. Bastards. Either way, it matters little. Let's get them back, sir.
Construction complete.
Looks like the Asari Republics are already engaging with one of their fleets. Very, very good. We are heading in right now. Jumping, retaking the system. Right, here we go.
Engaging enemy station.
Station's going around quickly enough. Ah, and we lost someone. The crawler has been passed to someone else. The Petals of Yellow, which is our current Prime Minister. And that is the death of our General, which is unfortunate. Alright. You're our new General. Good for you. Anyway, back to the fight. Retaken that. Now, begin heading down and taking all that territory. We're gonna expand ourselves. And that, I think, brings us finally to the end of this episode. We are at war with the Collectors. Omega seems to have taken a few systems down here as well via mass relay. But it matters little. We will continue to press on through Collector territory and see if we can't end their threat once and for all. So thank you all so very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Ta-ra.